Hey, Jenny Jones, Digital Growth Hacks Club. All right, so listen, I've been holding off on this review for some time. I'm going to show you probably one of the most powerful tools that I've seen in a long time. Now, you probably say, oh, Jenny, you say that almost about every tool. Nah, not every tool. When I think there's something new and game changing coming out, or definitely a unicorn tool, I get really excited about. But this is a tool I think that has um, taken a lot of the normal everyday tools that we use and it's just lumped them all into one big platform. I'm excited about them. I can't wait to share with you what I've stumbled across today. And the reason why I'm coming to you and I'm showing you my face because this is how excited I am. I just finished I just finished using a tool. That was the last test that I wanted to do, and I kind of put it under a stress test. So let's take a look at that tool. I even mixed it with another tool that you may have or you may like, but let's take a look inside. Let's take a look at this tool that I'm talking about. Thanks for joining. All right, so the name of that tool I'm talking about is Sessions. I don't know why this would be surprising to anyone that's actually used Sessions. But Sessions is just a different tool. And again, this is your first time to this channel, please go ahead and like, subscribe, because I'm going to show you, I'm going to mix this with another tool that you're going to say, I can see those two working together. So let me tell you, first of all, what I like about Sessions, right? So not only can I replace Zoom, not only can I replace one of my favorite webinar softwares, right? Not only can I replace one of my calendar software, so you're probably using all three of those, right? Or you're using three different ones. So you're using Zoom with another calendar, or you're using, you're using your the Google Meet, or you're using Teams. You just mix it in with another calendar, and you do. Listen, this throws it all in there, right? And it's you have to be afraid of Army Swiss knives, right? They do everything. This is a tool that's grown on me. And I got to be honest with you. I was not a big fan of theirs initially, but they have done everything that you've asked them to do to improve this tool. So let's get into what Sessions does. So what Sessions is, right? You can have a calendar, you can link it up to your calendar. I think I've linked up 3 calendars already. I don't know the maximum calendars I can link up, but I run 5 calendars because I run 3 companies and I have different calendars for different reasons. And so I was able to link up at least 3 Google calendars, right? That I use, right? Because I have 2 different cell phones. And so listen, I'm a complicated dude, but I want to stay organized. So having the ability to link up multiple calendars is definitely a plus. Let's take a look at that here real quick inside. So as you can see here, when you come to calendar, there's a couple of, you can actually see your sessions. It talks about your sessions or in sessions you're invited to, or so on and so forth. And then it even has a sessions calendar that now shows up on your other calendars. So this is this particular session screen when you come to calendars. But what you also get is you can connect other calendars to it, right? And so, like I said, who uses one calendar these days, right? Most platforms will only give me one calendar access. It's, just be happy we gave you one calendar access. No, if you really want my business, give me at least 2 calendars, right? Any busy person, solopreneur, small business owner, they have at least 2 calendars. They have at least a personal calendar and maybe a business calendar, 2 the minimum. I have 3 linked up and they're all Google calendars here. And to me, that said a lot because that says something that the company is listening and they're paying attention. So you can use your Microsoft 365 or you can use your iCloud calendar here as well. The 3 main calendars that people use, busy professionals actually use. So that's saying a lot. That's one thing that I saw that jumped out and I just fell in love with. All right, so let's take a look at some of the other things. And again, I'm only going to show you things that I'm in love with and I think you'd be in love with as well. But there's a lot of things. There's other videos out there that go into detail about other things. I'm telling you why you should own this. And we're going to look at the pricing and I'm going to tell you where you probably need to be. You don't need to overbuy for this, but I'm going to tell you where you at least should be for your particular purchase. Let's take a look at what else they got inside. All right, what they also have is a memory repository, or where you can keep all your recordings and things of that nature. So what it has here, I've done 3 tests. I did a couple of different tests on it. Again, listen, I had this since the 20th, right? And today's the 29th, and I had it for 9 days just testing it out, just doing these different things. And so this morning was the ultimate test because I did a marketing consult this morning, and now I was done. After that, I said, oh yeah, let me do my video on this today. So this is where you have the memory. This is where all the things are at. You know, if you have your recordings, that's where those are at. I didn't record the one that I did this morning. I didn't talk to the person I was doing a consult with, but I wanted to at least know where all that sits. So this is a memory. And then when you're trying to get your selection and trying to figure out what tier you're going to buy, memory is going to be important. If that's important to you, you're going to make sure you have enough space for that. So that's the memory. We talked about the memory, we talked about the calendar. So let's see what else is in here. So going back to the home screen, I started out with the calendar first, then went to memory, then went to home. That's fine. So what you have is you can do some things right away, right? You can say, hey, I want to start a session. Someone comes to you and says, hey, let's meet in the next 20 minutes. And let me show you what that looks like. If someone came to you and said, let's meet in the next 20 minutes, or I finally got access to their calendar, or you meet with someone's secretary and says, yeah, they can meet in 20 minutes. Let me show you what that looks like for a tool like Sessions. I'm going to show you that. But you could start a quick session. That's what you would do. You would start a quick session, or you can schedule a session like a coaching session. Hey, I have a coaching session next Tuesday at 3 or whatever. You can schedule it out here, and you can put that person's email in there and so on and so forth, right? Or you can just create an event or a webinar or a workshop. You can do that from here as well. So you can actually create a webinar or a workshop. This is the best tool for solopreneurs or small businesses where you need to have everything in one shop. You can share across with other members. Let's say you have a VA, virtual assistant, or say you have 4 or 5 people on your team. This is the perfect repository to keep everything in one place. I'm really, really loving this tool. But let me show you what would happen if I needed to start a quick session right away. So imagine someone came and says, hey, you know what? I think I can meet for 20 minutes. Let's give you the criteria. I think I can meet for 20 minutes, but I'll be available in the next 10 minutes for a 20-minute chat. So I have a 30-minute window. I'll be available in the next 10 minutes. So I'm really giving you 20 minutes to do your presentation. I'm gonna have 10 minutes to get ready on my end. This is the other person. And I'm only gonna give you the last 20 minutes of the 30 minutes that I have. You say, hey, great, no problem. Let's go ahead and meet. You're gonna go start a quick session, Google Meet or any other type of Zoom session. It takes a lot to kind of get in and get out of Zoom real quick. All I did was just click on quick session. Here's the copy link, right? And I just send them the copy link, right? So let's look at putting together an agenda for this meeting. So that's how easy it is to create a session. That was an instant session that we created. You can come here and you can get all the details on that right there. But let's do an agenda real quick. So a person wants to meet, they want to grow their YouTube channel, right? So we're going to go to agendas. This is for the meeting, the same meeting, right? And I'm going to come here. I'm going to go new agenda. This is for my quick meeting that I'm going to put together. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go here and I'm going to say, listen, I want my AI co-pilot to create an agenda for me. So here's what I'm going to do. It says create an agenda that talks about growing a YouTube channel. Oh, let's say here, we're going to go create a 20 minutes, because that's what they gave me, 20-minute. Create a 20-minute agenda that talks about growing a YouTube channel. This is the person who wants to meet with me. Let's generate that. And this, I just clicked on boom. Are you kidding me? You're kidding me, right? No. So we're going to use this agenda. I'm going to give you a 5-minute introduction. So let's use this agenda. And they gave me the times. The reason why the times are powerful is because once you go into the session rooms, there's a timer at the top. Listen, so we're going to spend 5 minutes on an introduction, right? Overview of the webinar, right? They're just telling you can come back and edit that. They're going to get 7 minutes. Let's understand the YouTube algorithm. So we're going to spend 7 minutes on that. Then we're going to spend 5 minutes on creating engaging content. Then we're going to spend another 7 minutes on optimizing video titles, tags, and descriptions. So actually, when you're looking at doing a YouTube channel, these are the important aspects of it. That's why it looks like you spend more minutes. And then you're going to spend 5 minutes on promoting your channel. You're going to spend another 6 minutes on collaborating with other YouTubers. Then you got 5 minutes for Q&A. Let's use this agenda. Let's change the name, right? We're going to call this one, we'll call this our 20-minute YouTube. Oops, can't even type. We're going to call this that's what we're going to call it. Boom, we're done. Preview the agenda, right? We're going to preview it. We're going to look at the agenda. This is it right here. We're going to talk about it here. First thing we're going to cover is this, right? Second thing we're going to cover is that. Third, we're going to cover that. We're already done with our agenda, so we can actually have our meeting. We're already ready. So when I go into my sessions, I'll just pull up my agenda. It's already stored in there. That's right, because it's under my agenda. So I can have a different agenda for any. I can have a different agenda for any type of pre-agenda. So I may have an agenda. I may teach coaching on how to fish today, right? Then I may have another one on how to find a camper tomorrow, right? This is if I was doing an outdoor channel or I was an outdoor consultant, right? And then if I was teaching people how to survive outdoors, how to fish on your own, how to set up your camper, I may on Monday want to teach people how to do a YouTube channel to record all of that. So I'm gonna have a different session. I have this one on fishing, this one on camping, this one on YouTube. You see how that worked out? That's how powerful. And I always have the agendas. So when I'm putting together my sessions, I can always pull up an agenda that I already have. It's preloaded. I don't have to keep creating agendas or attaching agendas. That's another thing that I like about this, right? So let's talk about the Book Me link, right? Let's go to the Book Me link. So I only wanted, and like I said, I'm only showing you different things that I like and appreciate about a tool like this. And I gotta tell you, I think some of us actually got this tool last year. They gave out a couple of free samples and I didn't even use it. No one uses things that they get for free, right? When you get a free ebook and all that, you never read it because it's free. When you pay for something, it has a different level of value. And say, I need to get my return on investment. So I think I got this tool. I think I got a simple, starter plan on it. I went back and doubled down and bought a tier 3 for this. So this is the Book Me. If someone just say, hey, why don't you I'm gonna just send out a Book Me site, right? And the Book Me is, you want to use that when you want to create an entire booking page that you would have all the time. That's where you would have, you want to set up a booking page. Let's see how that looks. So you click on the create a new booking page, and this is how your booking page looks. You can have different things that you want to talk about it. What if I wanted to have different types of bookings, right? This is a 15-minute, 30-minute, 45, 60-minute session, or I can do a custom, right? And then you can add these reminders, these email reminders. They don't do SMS reminders. That's a whole other level probably, but email reminders are okay, right? So you would set this up, right? Then you would set up, that's just, you put your normal descriptions for that. And then you put your schedule together. What times are you available? And then you can pull from your agendas, right? This is, hey, for this, I want to use my 20-minute YouTube agenda. I already have it set. It's already set. Listen, if you haven't figured this out, this is nice right here, right? All right, so then you can look at the session, the settings, who can attend, who can react. Everyone can react. so on and so forth. Who's allowed to use the camera? Who's allowed to use a microphone? You can hide interactive participants. You may have somebody join, but if they're not interactive, then you can just make them eliminate. You can not show them. Then you can automatically record all your sessions, automatically record. That's crazy. Automatic transcribing. I did a session this morning. I did transcribing on it. Now I don't have to take notes. There's another tool that I was using that was taking, I think Meet Geek was transcribing my notes, and people would get weirded out because they was joining my rooms, right? They would join my rooms and I'm not even there, right? If I'm showing up late, it would say Jenny Jones's Meet Geek or whatever. I'm not bashing those tools. Those are very good tools that I can use for my Google Meet or for my Teams or for my Zoom. But now I already have it built in. I'm telling you, this is crazy. So then you have your access settings, right? Memory access, who attendees only, who can view agenda, everyone. You can lock the session, right? No one can just join in. So that's the book me page where people just book you, right? If you have your own booking pages set up, the power in the booking pages, if you'll notice, is I have a different link for each page. I can have a booking page for the people that are only interested in camping. I can have one for people that are only interested in fishing, and then I can have another one just for people just doing YouTube. I can create these different booking pages and have a different link for each one, right? It's powerful. I can have multiple booking pages, right? So that's another thing that I love about this. Also, events. I'm okay on the events. I think they're still getting the events down, right? I still think they're not going to be the master of everything. So I think their events, they probably need to work on. But what I'm telling you is just to have a tool that I can do events on, right? I don't have to subscribe to another webinar platform. I can just have everything here, right? And so this is one that I did as a draft. Let's take a look at this one. Let's see how it looks. Let's preview the event. This one I got to work on a little bit, I think. And this is one I was just doing. I was just kind of testing out, right? The funny thing about it is I had it write this agenda here. I put this agenda on here. This was generated by them. I didn't put this together. They generated this. I said, hey, create me an agenda for YouTube growth topic. And they put this together for me. Now I put this banner up here. They give you the banner size, registration, and you can count down the days. Once you make it available, it'll count down the days. Right now, this is not available, but this is a nice landing page for if you can see the speakers, right? You can see the program or anything, and so on and so forth for that. This is just for an event that I'm doing, right? If I'm going to do this, I wanted to test this out so you can take a look at it. Now let's get back into the program. So yeah, that was a pretty much demo one that I did. It's still in draft mode, right? And if I wanted to come back later and just add some different things into it, I can clone that event, right? I can edit the event. I can go in and edit it, right? I want to edit it and says, hey, you know what? I don't like that agenda. I can add one. I want to change this agenda and I want to give it more minutes here. I can change that to 30 minutes or reduce that down. You can change your sizes. Listen, people, I don't know. This is kind of nice, right? Or I wanted to rewrite something. I can just go AI Copilot, click on that and say, hey, rewrite a bio for me, right? I am this, I'm that. There's 3 things that I do, and they rewrite a bio for me. I don't know, right? I can redo the landing page, right? I can change the banner image and it gives you the banner sizes. I love it when people give me the sizes already. Don't make me do a whole lot of thinking. I think some designers or founders say, hey, you need to figure that out. No, give me the best, what looks best on mobile and desktop. So those 2 things I think are important. The attention to detail. This says a lot about the founders, right? They're giving me what the logo sizes should be. That's important to me. Those are little things, right? And then you're sharing and you're tracking, right? You can put all your social links here and so on and so forth. So that's events, right? But so we had a book me page. Listen, we had a book me page, right? I just showed you events, but what about rooms? Rooms are rooms that you can have standing, on the fly rooms, right? You're talking with somebody online. They say, hey, let's meet in the next 2 minutes. I'll send you a link, or you can be speaking, and you can just have, if you wanted to have a URL that just goes to your room, you can actually do that. And this is the room here. Let's take a look at my room that I have here that I created. This is again a demo room that I put together. So just like anything else, or like a Google Meet or something like that, this is the landing page, and you just put in your name here and you just click join. What you did not know, and what I didn't know, again, attention to detail. You can change your background, right? You can have blurred, you can have strong blur, and you have these custom backgrounds. This is fire, because a lot of tools that are still just now coming out, they still don't give you this. And you can put in your custom background. That's nice. You can do your camera on, camera off, mic, and then you can have your different settings here, where you're getting your information from. Noise reduction has a noise reduction here. You got little kids playing in the background, or someone like right now, somebody's cutting their lawn outside. I can cut on the noise reduction here. So these are just small attention to details. Let's go inside the room. So once inside the room, right, this is the actual room, right? Once another person joins, you copy the link and share the link with them. Once you get inside, you can actually share things here, right? You can share a file, open a link, embed a tool, or add an agenda. There we go with that agendas again, because you can create all your agendas up front and just add an agenda to your room. So you wanted to have a quick meet, you wanted to get together. Fine, we can just go in there. I can share screen, add an agenda, embed a tool, right? Or open embed a tool. I think it's where you can use the YouTube and some other different things you can do there. I'm gonna probably come back. I haven't used that much. I probably might not even get a chance to look at that. And then, or you can start recording the session, right? And then you can do these little emojis, hand raise, and all that. Look what else you can do. And this is what people are not realizing, the true value of this tool. There's some people that's figured it out. There's some people still got kicking the tires. You can have inside your rooms, inside any room, any session, any agenda that you can, any type of meeting place here, or your book me, you can have chat, you can have polls, Q&A, you can have notes, takeaways, and you can have your transcripts at your fingertips. People, this is for every room. This is nice. This is nasty. I'm telling you, I really, really love that. All right, so far I've shown you, I had a marketing consultation this morning. This is today's sessions. I had a marketing consult. I just showed you an instant session. And then I had my room I just showed you. So I just showed you all of those different things today. That's why they're coming up today. Right, so that was rooms. We talked about it. We talked about the book me. We talked about agendas. Let's look at files here. Right. So you can actually share different files. You can already have them on, whether it's a PDF or a Keynote or a spreadsheet or something like that, or maybe even videos, right? You can already have all this stuff. The videos during the live sessions, you can upload an MP4 or WAV file or something. You can already have it uploaded already in the session. And you may not know you'll need it, but then you can just bring it up automatically while you're there. So these are all the things you can load already. When we go back to that screen that I showed you off to the bottom right, you can click on, here in the middle right here, where it says, hey, you want to share, you can share a file. You says, I wasn't going to show you this, but then you go there, it's like going into your C drive or your home drive. You don't need to go into your actual home drive. You can just pull it here from this repository that's already here for files, right? This is a crazy good tool. So then these are your tools that you can have. Like I said, it was a YouTube, right? I have a YouTube video here that I tested it out here. that's part of your tools. Like when we go down to that box there, you can actually pull up the actual tools or files. This is what you can pull up here. You can have a go to Google Docs, go to Google Form, Google Sheet, and you can pull those up there. I tested out the Vimeo, right? I want to make sure I can put a Vimeo in there as well as a YouTube. But then you have a whiteboard session. You can create a whiteboard session that you can have in here, and you can create a whiteboard session that you've already done. You can go here and go, hey, new whiteboard here, and you can create a whiteboard. Now they're still working on this, right? I think this is going to get better, but this is where I think it's Miro. I think it's one of the whiteboard tools. You don't need that anymore. You got it. So what we can do is we can have, different types of drawing. You can say, hey, if you start here, we're going to start here, but then we're going to finish here, right? And that's what I was thinking we can actually do. While it's recording all of this, you'd have all this. So we can start here. That's an S. Doesn't look like it, but we can finish here. All right. So I have to get used to these tools, but those are some of the things we can do. And then if not, then we can just, we can start it over. Okay. So you have a whiteboard tool in here. So that's part of your tools. We'll go back to tools. So there you have it. And then you can have your own form. You can create your own form here, choice of services. Let's look at that. Before I wrap this video up, I did not know this video would go that long. We can create a new form here, right? You can add our first question, make it a true or false, so on and so forth. Very generic, but if you needed it, it's actually there. Let's talk about a couple of integrations, then I'm going to get you out of here. This is a tool. I love this tool. Oh my God. All right, so let's talk about integrations. All right, so inside of the settings tab, you're going to see a couple things here, and you can just look at the pricing here. You have some more pricings here. We don't have to go back to the screen, but I opted to go with a tier 3 because I at least wanted webhooks, right? Because webhooks are important to me if I want to send information out. Anybody that signs up for one of my pages or one of my rooms, I want them to be able to go into my have them go into one of my other tools, my VBouts or my InCharge or something like that, and I want to send them down a different route or something like that. So you're going to get, this is what I went with, right? At least a webhook. So that's why I said at least a tier 3. If I had a large team, right, I would probably start looking at least a tier 4, 75 team members, right? If I had that, I don't need this 50 team. To me, this is the sweet spot, right? But if you want to go, if you have a small business, small to medium large business, you can go here to tier 4 or tier 5. You can cover your costs. You get unlimited team members, right? You get webhooks, you get advanced analytics, right? And you get HubSpot and Zapier integrations, which this is more what you would have at that age, at that length. But I wouldn't go. Tier 3 is all you need. Tier 4, if you have a larger team, I just really think you can get away with a tier 3, right? And let's look at the webhooks, right? Not going to get into let's look at the integrations first. All right, so inside integrations, you're going to see I have 2 different Google calendars hooked up here. You can hook up your Evernote, and then your Notion, and then your iCloud, and you can connect your 365 in there as well. All right, so those are all the integrations you can actually do, right? And again, like I said, I had 2 calendars, and it asked me, did I want to do a third? I said, no, I'm just do a 2 calendar for now. Let's take a look at the webhooks. All right, so I have a webhook going into Pabbly Connect. It's already connected up. It's working out well. This is beyond the scope of this class. But again, if we can connect webhooks, if you don't have Pabbly Connect, I'll throw a link in there for that as well. You can get that from me. I'll put that in there as well to connect up some of your tools. And that's it. You can do your custom branding, same stuff, custom domain. I haven't set that up yet. Listen, this is a, my product tool, right? Let me show you this real quick and I'm gonna wrap it up. I wanted to leave this under at least 20 minutes. We're already in 30 minutes, but this is something that you can add your own products. So if you're demoing a product or you wanted to show somebody a product, you can add your own product here and have that available for your rooms if you wanted to do a demo. This replaces a lot of tools, people. I love this tool. At least you're probably, what's happening is you probably purchased some tools probably in the past or just recently. This is going to replace a lot of those tools. I haven't seen anything like this. I haven't, and it's pretty darn good tool. It's a pretty good darn tool. So again, that's what we have here. I like it. I think you'll like it. If you're a solo entrepreneur, small business owner, this is a perfect tool for you. You can replace a lot of tools with this. All right. Hey, this has been Jenny Jones. Hopefully you enjoyed this. This is a very thorough walkthrough, but I wanted to walk through on some of the areas that I liked and the reason why this became a very, very good tool in my opinion. Again, hey, this has been Jenny Jones. You guys have been great. You guys take care. Goodbye for now.